Hello Motor Rider World fans, and welcome to this very special interview that we've got set up here. We are with Franziska, the big boss of the KTM Group. And Franziska, you've got a very big umbrella over this KTM Group now, because it's KTM, it's Husqvarna, it's WP suspension, and now gas. Exciting times in these tough times for you guys.
It really is, Rob. Well, firstly, thanks for having me on the show. We really appreciate it. And yes, our KTM family keeps on growing, and having so many exciting brands under the KTM Group banner is really special to us. You know, we've got this amazing platform when it comes to engines, but not just that, you know, customer service, warranties, spare supply. So people buy into what we do. So translating it into other brands like Husqvarna, like gas, and also now into WP, which has been an amazing addition to the brand, has been a real success.
Let's talk about WP for a second, because up till now you saw it on the motocross bikes and the enduro bikes overseas, and on the MotoGP specific bikes. But you could only order that suspension. You'd order it would take so long, and you wouldn't know what you were getting. Now, on the Super Duke and the 890 Dukes that you get, this WP suspension that you're getting on your road bikes is this proper good suspension. MotoGP success is right up there now. Your MX and that is right back there. But like you said, WP is now accessible, especially here in the country. You've got your agents and that must just be taking off.
It has really taken off. You know, we've been known for what we do in off-road, and our latest release with like fork inserts and you name it have been amazing. But what we do now on the street side has really brought a lot more to what we do. You know, it's more accessible, it's readily available. Before it had to be made to order. Now we've really increased our facility, and when we all ever get the chance to go and travel again, I encourage you to visit the WP factory in Monofin, because it's just a mind-blowing facility where our engineers just come up with the most incredible product.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm going to take 2 very big bags and bring home some nice little goodies from there, I think. A new introduction to the KTM Group, the umbrella, has been gas. That's exciting, and we've seen that you've launched your MX and your Enduro. I see MX overseas is already doing very well with Varsha winning there and stuff. There is this Moto3 project where it's this KTM branded in gas. I'm not going to talk too much about the off-road side, but is there potential in gas releasing street bikes?
There is not at the moment. What we do at the moment with MotoGP, because it's such a huge platform for us, it's more brain exercise, you know, getting the name out there, getting people to understand who we are. You know, they've seen and heard of gas before, but there's going to be a lot more in the future, but for now we stay very much off-road based.
And the dealer network here in South Africa, I see it's gas specific dealers tied in with the KTM brand, but only at specific dealers, and it's quite a big range in the off-road scene for now. How's it gone so far?
Well, it's been absolutely incredible. We only really launched it in December, and we've also got financial year at the end of December, which I need to admit, but basically we were sold out. End of December, all the stock was gone. So the dealers are currently retailing it. It's been a really big success story. We've got some big names buying into the gas brand, but what we really try and do with gas is it's about having fun. You know, with KTM and Husky, we've become a bit serious, and it's all about winning. I'm not saying gas shouldn't also follow those footsteps, but it's about having fun, about going out there and enjoying yourself. And with the addition of a trials model, which we've never had before, this now gives everybody the platform to, you know, up their skills and train on a different level, which we couldn't give to our clients before.
I spoke to Fred Fincham, the man from Husqvarna, the other day at the launch of the new Husqvarna off-road Enduro MX team. Looks fantastic, that setup. And I was talking to him about something that a lot of people are talking about that's exciting for the Husqvarna brand, touching upon the Northern 901 adventure bike. He said it's coming end of the year for us journalists to test, and then by the beginning of 2022 it'll be a customer bike. Again, exciting times for this ever-growing Husqvarna brand.
I think it's something that we needed and that our Husqvarna dealer network needs. You know, KTM has been very known for adventure, and we've got a large footprint there. So we're sort of something that maybe doesn't directly compete with KTM, but more attacks some of our competitors, and that's what we're trying to do with the Northern 901. So it's going to be an incredible business case for the dealer. It's a phenomenal product for the client, and yes, we're hoping to get the first batch in before the end of the year so we can test it and then roll it out for retail in January.
Exciting times for Husqvarna, and I see Husqvarna brand is giving the KTM brand a little bit of a nudge there with a couple of #1 plates on the bikes. So, and I see even in the sales, Husqvarna and KTM are dominating off-road sales, but it must be brilliant from your side, and this is where I want to ask you, I don't know when you actually ever get to sleep, having these two brands going at it. And I actually asked Fred the question, how do you look at that kind of rivalry, if you want? Is it like having a FOSS teammate like Brad Binder with Miguel Oliveira now? Is it better to have a teammate that pushes you, or one that just lie down there and quiet while we carry on going?
Well, we want to push each other, you know. Our dealers, we don't care who's on the top step, who's on the second, on the third step, as long as we, between our brands, fill the podium.
Okay.
So that's what we do. And whether it's one of Paul excels, which he absolutely has last year, absolutely incredible. He so deserves both number one places, not just one. And whether that's a Bradley Cox or Jerry Castillo, all the big names we've been able to work with over the years, is just rewarding. And also for Husqvarna to get some young blood back into the sport, I think it's incredible. So together we own about, what is it now, together with Gask is about 88% market share in off-road. So yes, we're all very brand conscious, you know, and some of us like to wear this cap and others like to wear that cap, but we're all one big family at the end of the day.
Yeah, I love that feel. Every time we come to your offices here, I love that kind of feel. It's a very small kind of staff, but everyone gets a job done and everyone loves their job here. Let's talk about the KTM brand now, more the street side. I remember going into a marketing exercise for KTM about 10 years ago or so, and they said, by this time we are going to own X amount of the street market. And I thought, yeah, okay, that's very cute. KTM are now taking a big chunk of that street market. You've got some exciting things coming for 2021, rolling out the new 890 Duke, which is replacing the 790 Duke, and you've just launched this new Super Adventure. Tell us what's happening with KTM in 2021.
Well, we believe adventure has always been such a big portion of what we do. So having launched the 790, now the 890 Adventure, 890 Duke, the pinnacle of what we do in adventure is the 1290 ultimately. So we've taken something great and turned it into something even more incredible now. So things like adaptive cruise control, all these electronics, you know, that we more know from the car industry, we've now managed to translate in a safe way into a motorcycle. So I know it sounds a bit maybe scary, you know, having a motorcycle break for you, but it's absolutely phenomenal. We can't wait to get the first lot here and then launch it with you guys later in the year.
I mean, to take a Super Adventure and launch it with a video around a track with a crossbow with cameras on, that looks very special. That looks very KTM. I mean, I asked you, when do you get to sleep? Does KTM ever sleep? Because it just seems like you guys are pushing the envelope. We were talking about WP suspension. The suspension that's coming out on the 890 Duke and the 890 Duke R now, and Super Duke. When people tell me, Rob, can I take my Super Duke around the track? A couple of years ago I'd say you can, but just be careful, you know. Now I can say, yeah, just take it. You don't have to do anything to that motorbike. It's incredible the level of street bike and adventure that KTM has now in many ways set the bar.
I think we've been very lucky, you know. We do have people that eat and sleep KTM. So at night they even dream, they're like, okay, how are we going to do this and how are we going to do that? When the Super Duke .2, as we called it then, came out, we were like, you know, this is pretty amazing. And now they made it even better. So doing that with adventure and everything else we do is really incredible. You know, we like to give the customer what they want. You know, before we never made something like a 390 Adventure, but we felt there was a gap in the market and they've really taken to it. So I think it's been quite a success story for us.
It really has been a success story. Speaking of success stories, how amazing is it for you as KTM Group South Africa to have our very own Brad Binder representing your brand, the Red Bull KTM factory team. I know he was here the other day fetching a motocross bike, went, rode it, crashed it, brought it back in to repair it. But I mean, how awesome is it having that relationship with a MotoGP rider that comes here, fetches a bike, goes and rides and goes back overseas and wins MotoGP races?
It's phenomenal. I actually get goosebumps as you just talk. Brad is just this incredible youngster, and like you say, when he walks in here and he fetches a motocross bike or just comes to say hello, he's this humble guy. You know, he's so down to earth. He chats to everybody from workshop to customer service to reception, and we're so proud. I mean, having a South African carrying what he does throughout the world is phenomenal, and doing it on KTM, Red Bull KTM, which is a big relationship for us globally, is just
the brand in itself.
Yeah,
it's a brand in itself. That
it
really is exciting times. Thank you so much for sitting down and talking to us. Your KTM empire, I should say, in South Africa seems to be growing because you have a new dealership down now in Paarl, And everywhere I turn, or every month, I'm just waiting for a Facebook post to come up and say new KTM dealers open and that. So well done, congratulations, and just carry on doing what you guys are doing.
Thank you, Rob. Thanks for having us on the show.